Hey miners, what's up? This is David, and I'm going to show you how to make a nuclear reactor with the Tekkit mod. And it's good to see you are watching my videos, but the first thing I want you to start getting is if you have the Tekkit installed, you can search for these objects one by one if you want. But what I typically do is I go down here and I search Reactor. And what we're gonna need is reactor chambers. We're gonna need the nuclear reactor itself. We're gonna need that's about it. I'm just gonna set up the basic reactor, which you guys need. That's what we need from here right now. We're gonna also need, let's see, I'm gonna search cable, and we're gonna need some of these cables right here. We're also gonna need the MFSU device. I like to call it a motherfucking super unit, but you can call it whatever you want. We're gonna need some of that. That's what that is it's a battery. It'll store the energy created by the nuclear reactor that we will be making. Also, we are going to need. Let me think. We're gonna need either obsidian or reinforced glass and stone for now. And we're going to need more objects, but right now this is what I'm going to stay at until we get closer to needing the other objects. So right now we're just going to start out with a basic platform here in which our reactor will sit in. And we're going to need a pretty wide floor because the reactor is going to be built in the center. By the way, I'm playing on a creative mode. Creative mode is turned on, and on peaceful mode, so mobs don't fuck around with me. There we go. Got a decent platform. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and that's a decent platform. We're going to create the back walls right here. See the back 3 walls, and this needs to be 5 high. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 being the bottom. Probably make it one more. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm just gonna do this real quick. Okay, that's kind of sloppy, but you guys are probably listening to my really loud keyboard. And once we get this wall set up, we're going to need the front glass wall right here. And I'll continue that glass wall whenever I need to. We're going to want to place 2 stones right here. And then place the bottom reactor on top of that, if it lets me. It's not letting me. Do I have the wrong one? I guess not. Oh, okay. Okay, my mistake. We gotta place this one first, and then get rid of these 2 stones, and then place the reactor chambers on that. Okay. So, we got like a nice jack-atom looking thing that's suspended in the air, like that. And we'll want to place more glass, and we want to leave the middle hole right here so that we can access right here the nuclear reactor later. So what we're going to do here is leave the middle hole open, and what I like to do in here is I'll fill this bottom layer with the glass. You can use an easier to break material whenever you do it, and fill that bottom layer with glass. And then what we need is water. So you can get your water buckets, but I'm going to use stationary water because it's easier to place for the sake of the tutorial. And we just level out all the water on top. Whoops. Make that nice and even, nice and stationary. Okay, and then we are going to get rid of this glass so that the water falls in all around the reactor core. Okay. And now we're going to seal off the top of this reactor. The reactor isn't active yet, by the way. Okay. And put a roof on here. This stone is just about as hard as obsidian to break. I think it might be harder, I'm not sure. And now I'm gonna put like a nice little thing to stand on here while maintaining this reactor, so when I'm standing I can reach in perfectly fine. Okay, now we need something to get the power out, which we could use this EU detector cable. If you hold shift, you can place the EU detector cable. Actually, that's not going to work. We're going to need to use the fiber tube right here. So, glass fiber tube or cable, glass fiber cable, and we just crouch to place that. Why is it not letting me? Whoops. Okay, I think it might be because of the water. Easy fix though. I'll just place these two bricks, then this brick, then break that brick, then break that brick. No. Why did I break that one? There we go. Now I can access this. So I'm sure, let's just to be on the safe side, let's get rid of this glass. So when you're building it, just leave that glass piece there. My mistake. Leave that glass piece there. And we're going to place the fiberglass right there so that it connects to the reactor. And then right there. And then connect it to the end right there. Now it's sticking out. This fiberglass is how you're going to get the power out of the reactor. And I'm going to show you how to use that power to power your furnaces or whatever the heck you want. So we're going to go about this far, and I'm going to connect my battery right here. And you know it's connected because if you look at it right here, notice how this cube, it doesn't quite reach all the way until I place this one. You notice how it goes all the way? There you go. That's how you know it actually connected. Also, you want this circle on this side. Notice how that circle isn't on that side. You want that facing the direction the current will be flowing. So it'll be since the current is currently heading away from the reactor, it's going to be facing away from the reactor because the current's heading that way. So this is basically a battery. If you right click it, you will see its power level, how much power it has. Right now it's empty. And it's getting late. It's been a good day. I don't know about you, but it seems like a recent update has made the day and night cycles a lot shorter. Anyway, let's get back on this. Now, we're pretty much ready to start up the reactor, almost. We're not going to need this stone anymore, but I'm going to keep it in my inventory just in case I accidentally break something important. Let's do reinforced stone. And I think I'm going to keep the this reactor chamber in my inventory. These are just in case I accidentally break something and quickly replace it and not, no harm done. Okay, so the first thing we need is coolant rods. This is very important. Coolant rods, you can't run a reactor without coolant rods. So, and there's a specific pattern you need to do also. So this is going to be kind of weird. Okay, so we need to access the core by right-clicking it. This chamber core, whatever, nuclear reactor chamber core, whatever you want to call it. And I'm just going to give myself a bunch of these coolant rods. And they need to be placed in a specific order, or like a pattern, and it's kind of important that you have this pattern. Not this specific one I'm using, but I'm trying my best to remember the pattern. I'm just going to throw them all in there right now and just move them around after I get them all in there. Whoops. Okay. Let's just hope I don't screw something up. Okay. I'm just going to fill the reactor full of coolant rods right now. Right now I'm holding shift to make them jump around in my inventory. So straight into the machine. Welcome to the machine. There we go. Now, we also need this device called a, shoot, what is it called? Thermal. I forgot what it's called. Dissipation. Yes, there it is. Integrated heat dissipator. Or disperser. Integrated heat disperser. So we need a bunch of those. And I hope I'm remembering the pattern correctly, a good pattern correctly, but I'm going to do a thermal displacer there. And we'll move these out of the way. It is important that you have a specific pattern set up, and you can mess around with it as you want. I think I'll do this one. Might minimize here real quick and check my screenshots and see how I did this. I'm gonna try this one, but you need to have a specific. These disperse the heat across the core, so that you're not going through your fuel rods real fast. But we're gonna try this. I hope I don't have a meltdown. I'm gonna cause a meltdown on purpose at the end of this video, just so you can see exactly what happens, and it can be deadly. Actually, with this, the way this is built, the meltdown will be pretty much contained inside of this box. But you know, with this box. But if it were to melt down, I mean. Also, well, let's just get to it. Let's start this thing up. Let me delete these. I'm gonna keep a few coolant rods just in case. Alright. So let's get the uranium batteries. So this is the right here. This is the uranium cell. This is the dangerous part. Alright. I'm just gonna put one in right now. Now, you should hear it power up. Right now I have my sounds disabled, but you should hear it power up right now. And right down here, see that? I'm getting power right now. Now, it looks like everything's going well so far for me. Everything's dissipating correctly, so I'm just gonna go ahead and drop the other two in, or three, I mean. And it's important to watch all these. Okay. While it's on, you should get the thermometer and check the temperature. Look, I have negative 838, 858. Is it decreasing? No. It looks like it's decreasing. Yeah. Yeah, it's probably going to get down to about negative 2,000 before it decreases all the way. But that is a very well built reactor that I've just built. And this battery is charging up. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to, this is the tricky part. Yeah, believe it or not, this is the tricky part right here. Getting this power to your house, to power your electric furnace. And that might sound simple, but let me show you what happens if you don't do it correctly. So what happens is, well, let's set up a furnace real quick. I'm going to get the electronic furnace, of course. And let's power, let's say, this many. Alright, let's see what happens if I connect this transformer, the high voltage transformer, directly to the furnaces. It explodes! No! It just blew up part of my house. Okay. So, in order to prevent this from happening, we need to use transformers. And transformers are not as in giant robots that transform, but transformers step down the power, in case you don't know what they do. Let's get rid of these thermometers. Don't need those. Let's check my temperature real quick, make sure I'm not overheating. Yeah, 1,000. negative 1,500. That's great. When this reactor is running well right now. If it starts to overheat, it'll reach up to about 4,000 to 6,000, maybe 8,000. Then you'll start having problems, malfunctions, and this thing will start overheating badly, and everything within a 5-block radius will turn into molten lava. So you need to make sure this stays cool before it explodes anyway. If you built it near, I would recommend building it kind of far away from your home in case such an event would occur. But let's get to hooking this up again. Transformers. So what we need is, we'll do the high voltage transformer first. We're just going to step it down to middle transformer, down to low transformer. And all these run on low voltage, by the way. If you hook up anything above low voltage, you're going to explode the furnaces. So what we're going to do is high voltage, and oh, I just connected this wrong. You see these 3 dots here? This is the only side that has 3 circles on it. So it needs to face the reactor, actually. So you need to face, and you'll know you connected it right when those flash. Which is why I like using these to connect it after that part. Let's see how much power I got. I got a lot of power. Anyway. After we stepped it down from this, if I connect it now, it'll explode. We're going to step it down 1 more voltage. Oh, I'm facing the wrong way. There we go. We're going to step it down 1 more. And then we're going to step it down to low voltage. Now we're going to connect it. And if you hold shift, you can connect these well. There you go. And let's smelt something. Let's take this out of creative mode. And let's go ahead and delete these, because we don't need them right now. Let's smelt something like cobblestone, you know, just to show you that these all work. I'm gonna need more than that. There we go. Alright, these are all smelting, and look how fast that's actually smelting pretty quickly right there. I'm gonna smelt some stone, make me a castle out of some stone. Okay, what I recommend doing, and if you hook up something like this, do not place furnaces directly on top, like this, and then connect them, because they interfere with each other too much, and it'll actually slow them down a lot, and I'll show you this. Let's make it day. Okay, I'll show you this happening. Let's split this right here. I'll put some right here. Okay, notice how it paused and I lost power? They're interfering with each other too much. So what we gotta do is send it back to creative mode and destroy those. And what you have to do is you actually have to create a separate power node. This is what I like to call these power nodes. And you need to put a texture, whoops, put those back up. A texture right there between the safes, or I mean the furnaces. And then, come on, can't press shift. There we go. And then you can actually place these on top as well. So you can go like this. Oops. Don't need that. Alright. And then, whoops. Now they are not actually sharing the power source anymore. So now that when I try to smelt some cobblestone in the separate furnaces, they will not interfere with each other, and they all get their own needed power source. Okay, I'm not going to bother putting them all in there. But that is how you make a nuclear reactor and power your furnaces and home appliances with it. Thank you for watching. Okay, I don't know why I did that. I was meaning to check this one's voltage. There we go. Thank you for watching. I recommend you constantly check this. Oh, I almost forgot. You should, if you don't use your furnaces a lot, and you just want to have power stored for when you do want to use them, what I would recommend doing is to limit the risk of having a meltdown is after this is fully charged, or like has more than enough power for you to use, I would recommend actually shutting down your reactor, and it's actually pretty easy to shut this thing down. All you gotta do is remove these uranium cells. And once I remove these cells, now the power is decreasing. And that's because my furnaces are all using the power. But if the furnaces were off, I'm just gonna disconnect them. Okay. If the furnaces were off, the power won't lower. It'll just stay. So, to limit your odds of having a meltdown, I would just wait till your battery is full, and then shut down the reactor and just rely on the battery completely. The MFSU battery. You can also hook up extra batteries if you want. It's totally up to you. And those will store more power. Whenever you change batteries, you want to disconnect this one and then reconnect it like this, and only have one battery plugged in at a time. Otherwise, you'll cause problems. Just believe me on that. Thank you for watching this video. I really hope it helped you understand how to make a basic reactor and how to check its temperature and maintain it. When these cooling rods get too cold, you're going to want to replace them. And I recommend replacing them one at a time. So, say this one's burnt or spent. Just replace them one at a time. Or if you want to be extra safe, just remove all the uranium cells and then replace them all you want. It's totally up to you. But have fun with your new reactor, and I really hope this helped you make a better reactor and be able to maintain it. Okay, you see what I did wrong here? I connected it directly to a mid voltage, and I forgot that I had destroyed my low voltage block. But that's what I did wrong there. That's why everything exploded on that lower row. So, silly me. There you go, see? It's not exploding. And, yeah, like I said, I hope this helps you understand how to make a reactor. And my next tutorial I make will show you how to use solar panels in Tekkit. And enjoy your day, have a nice day, enjoy Minecraft, and like, favorite, subscribe, whatever, and have a good night.